guys, so I'm back with another video. This is kind of gonna be a interesting video. Basically, I need to reorganize my photo cards a little bit. I've been trading a lot of cards and I have to fill in the gaps. If the light changes, I'm sorry, but it's like a really awkward day today. It's overcast, but yet the sun comes out and it's super bright and hot. So I apologize for the lighting. I also apologize if you can hear the TV in the background. It's the Briar this week. So I have it on as quiet as I can, but I still have it loud enough that I can hear if something happens. So if you hear yelling and shouting, it's the Briar. So we're just gonna start. I also have a couple of new collections that I'm looking to start, which I'll talk about. And I have, well, it's not just a few new collections. I have some pretty significant changes to my collection. And I have some changes to my bias list, which we can also talk about. Because I wouldn't say there's significant changes in the way I've always felt about this group. It's not a significant change, but I just have never talked about it on my YouTube channel, so it might feel like it's coming out of nowhere. But the more I think about it, it really isn't coming from. It's not coming out of nowhere, so that's that. Can also do a little collection update while we're here, because we're gonna have to flip through it anyway. I've made some really good progress. Why am I pronouncing it like I was gonna say progression and then just changed my mind halfway through? Okay. I've made some good progression on my Got7 photo card collection, which is good. There has been some changes in my priorities. I was previously focusing pretty heavily on the two newest albums, so that would be Call My Name and Spinning Top, and I made really good progress on them. But I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer and hold off buying some of them because the price will go down and continue to go down the longer it's out. And I'm gonna focus on some older collections where the cards are super cheap right now. Like right now, the 7-for-7 making cards, at least for first press, I haven't found any for second press. They're like $3 on eBay right now. So I'm gonna focus a lot on that collection and the Eyes on You collection. I'm really focusing on the pink photo cards and the black photo cards because those collections are almost done. Of course, I'm not stopping any other collections. The way my Got7 collection kind of goes is I focus on a specific set, and then I also buy photo cards for every other set when they come up for a good price. So we'll see. But yeah, nothing's changing with Got7 in terms of who I'm collecting, how I'm collecting. It's all staying the same. So there we go. We have a couple of new completed sets, almost completed sets. So yes, I've just been really focusing on my Got7 collection. So my hauls are probably super boring to people who don't care about Got7 photo cards, because that's all I get is Got7 photo cards. But anyway, then we move on to, there's cat fur in that sleeve. Oh well. Shiny, nothing's changing. I have kind of dabbled with the thought of collecting shiny OT5. I just haven't done it yet. Now, the first change, you might be looking at this sheet of New East cards and going, where are all your New East cards? What happened to them? I've decided for New East, I'm going to collect Aaron. I would, oh sorry, I'm opening up a new sleeve. I would collect OT5, but New East lately have been releasing a lot of photo cards with their albums, so it's too much. In addition to my new collection that I'm starting, which is a very significant collection, it's too much to collect all 5 members. I'm just collecting Aaron, and it's actually worked out pretty easily for me so far, because I feel like Aaron isn't an overly popular member, which is sad because he's adorable and I love him. But I pull a lot of Beiko and a lot of Minhyun, who are popular members. So I haven't had any issues trading their cards away, which is nice. So yes, as of right now, I only have 3 extra New East cards to trade. And they're like some of my favorite cards, so it's going to be hard to trade them, but that's all right. It's for my New East collection. So the only Aaron card I actually have that I've ever pulled is this New East W Who You card. This is the only one of his cards that I've actually pulled. So I've had to trade for the rest of them. But I feel like I'm making good progress. I've almost completed the table. I think I have one more card to find to either trade for or find on an eBay auction. Aaron isn't too difficult to collect, so I'm hoping to make some good progress for this one. And my goals for my Aaron collection would be to try and get caught up on the latest 2 New East albums. I'm not going to try and catch up on New East W albums yet. And I don't think I'm going to collect anything before New East W, simply because they've started releasing more and more photo cards, and it's just a lot to keep up with. So yes, Aaron is my newest collection. I'm very excited to start collecting him, and I've made good progress so far. So yes, you guys can look forward to an Aaron photo card collection. Then there are no changes to my Red Velvet collection. I am still going to collect only Solgi. I still haven't made any fillers for her yet. But I have started trading away a lot of photo cards. I don't know, I found it to be really easy lately, because usually Solgi is hard to collect, because I feel like a lot of people collect her. But lately, I haven't had that much trouble. I've run into a lot of people who collect Wendy and Joy, so I haven't had any issues with it. The only thing I'm contemplating for Solgi is whether or not I will collect her bigger inclusions. So I haven't started collecting any of her postcards or her receipt or her kits from the Day 1 and 2 festival. Day 1 and 2. I don't have any of her kits for that. So I might collect them. I might not. It kind of depends on that point. But yes. My Red Velvet collection has stayed exactly the same, except I've traded away a few Wendy cards. And Joy cards too. Okay, let's move on to Twice. Nothing has changed for Twice. I'm still only collecting Mina. And a significant difference in my Twice collection is that Feel Special is pretty much essentially done. I only have her gold card left, and I just set up a trade for that one. It just left the other person's address. They just sent it out. So Feel Special, done. And then over here, you might see a couple of holes. That's because I have traded a couple of Twice cards away. And my biggest dilemma with Twice is I don't know. I know I said I was going to keep my Chewy and my Jiho photo cards in case I decide to come back to collecting them. But I don't know how likely it is that I am going to come back to collect them. Simply because Twice are supposedly having a comeback soon. Twice have fairly frequent comebacks, and they have a lot of photo cards, and I am so far behind that these couple of Chewy and Jiho cards that I have could help significantly towards me completing my Mina collection. But honestly, I don't know. I'll probably just continue to hold on to them until I decide what to do. We'll see. There we go. And for Twice, I've decided the same thing as I said in my original photo card collection tour. I am not collecting anything before Merry and Happy. Just because I know up to Merry and Happy they don't have a ton of photo cards each per album, which would help make it easier to collect, but I really do just need to focus on these 3 comebacks before I even think about collecting. Not even just these 3. I haven't started my Summer Nights collection yet, and I haven't started my What Is Love collection yet. So we're not going to focus on them. But we'll see. Maybe once I do get caught up with my Mina collection, I can start collecting the older albums. But for right now, I have no interest in it. So yes, that's Twice. No changes, only a couple of cards traded away. Now we move to my girl group section, and this is where the biggest changes have happened. So let me pull out a new sleeve because there is a new collection that's starting. I have decided that I absolutely love Itzy, which is no surprise, but I've decided that I want to collect my bias Charong. So I pulled one of her cards in my original album. So I already have a head start to that collection. But yes, I've decided to collect Charong. I've pretty much already got all of her photo cards. I'm only missing one. I would love to finish her It's Icy collection. That's not what it's called. I would love to finish her Icy collection before the new comeback, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So yeah, but I've decided to start collecting Charong. Itzy has just really grown on me. They've turned into a top girl group for me. So I decided to collect one of my top biases, who's Charong. She just reminds me of me. She's just like a grandma that's stuck in a young person's body. And I can vibe with that. I can get behind that. Okay, so yes, this Ryujin card I am planning on trading. As much as I love this card, and I really do love it, someone else who collects Ryujin will love it just as much. And the next biggest change is that I've decided to collect OT9 Promise 9. I know it's like, seems to come out of left field, but Promise 9 has always been like that girl group that's kind of on the cusp of becoming an alt for me. And lately, and for the longest time since Fun, they've been on hiatus for a long time. And it's just recently that I've discovered that my love and enjoyment of Promise 9 is so much deeper than just like a top bias girl group. They are my number 2 group. And this might come as a shock, because I don't like creating bias lists. I don't like ranking groups, because the fact is I love every group that I buy, and I just don't like ranking them. I really don't. But Promised to me is just one of those groups where I can turn on one of their videos or their stages and just get so much enjoyment out of it. Like, they're hilarious to me. I love Promise 9. So yes, they have turned in my number 2 alt group. They are my first alt girl group. which I know used to be Red Velvet. Red Velvet are still... See, here's the thing. I don't know who I alt anymore. For sure, Got7 and Promise are my top two. So number 1 alt, Got7, number 2 alt, Promise 9. Which is why I'm collecting OT9. I thought, because I had made the decision to only collect Serum from Promise 9, because she's my bias, but I just can't let go of any of the other members, because really, do I have a bias in Promise? Not really. I say Serum, but I don't really have a bias. So yes, I will be collecting OT9 Promise 9. And I'm starting from Fun Factory. And now with Promise 9, why am I going this far back? We don't need to go that far back. So I am moving Promise 9 up in my binder to where Got7 is, just because I want all of the groups that I collect full group for to be together, because they are going to be the biggest parts of my collection. So yes, I've already made a pretty decent dent in the Fun Factory cards. I have all of Serums on the way, and I have all of G1s on the way. And those are my bias and my bias wrecker. So I have both their cards on the way. I have these 2 cards, and then I'm decided to buy another version of Fun Factory. So I will have 2 more cards in that album. So I've kind of put off buying Promise cards until I get that Fun Factory album and I know who I pull. But yes, that's the biggest change, is I've finally accepted that my love for Promise cannot be pushed down and suppressed within myself. Promise are my top 2 group. So because of that, I've added Promise as an alt group, and because of that, it's kind of made me reevaluate who I consider my alts and who are just a top bias group. So Got7 and Promise, for sure alts. Shiny, for sure an alt. I just don't collect anything from them. Now, it's dawned on me that New East and Twice might not be so much an alt boy group and an alt girl group for me, as much as they are just my number 1 boy group and my number 2 girl group, or my number 2 girl group. But you know what I mean. So my love for New East and Twice has not changed at all. It has not dampened because I've made Promise an alt. It's just that I've had to reevaluate what I consider to be an alt for me. So in my mind, an alt group means I buy every version of their album. There's no question for me when it comes to voting of who I vote for. I want to stream their music videos. And a top group for me is I buy 1 version of their album, maybe 2. I collect a member, maybe. And when it comes to voting and streaming, I will vote and stream for them if it doesn't interfere with an alt group. That's kind of where my loyalties lie. So I've just decided New East and Twice are not alt groups for me. And I think it's always been that way. I was just trying to trick myself into thinking they were. You don't have to have 5 or 6 alt groups. It's okay to just have 2 or 3. It's okay to just have 1. It doesn't make me love New East or Twice any less. It doesn't make me want to collect them any less. It's just made me come to a realization. Like, if New East releases a music video, yes, I'm still gonna stream it. If Twice release a music video, yes, I'm still gonna stream it. When they release an album, yes, I'm still gonna buy it. I'm just not gonna buy every version of it. when they have a variety show, I'm going to watch it. You know, just, I'm going to keep up. I'm going to keep treating them the same way I have because I still love them. It's just, I don't think I can call them an alt group for me anymore. And I don't think I could have ever called them an alt group. I was just calling them one. So that's the thing. But yes, that's where my bias list currently stands. I would say my alt groups are GOT7, Promise, Shiny, and Red Velvet. My number one boy group is New East, and my number one girl group is Twice. And then after that, I don't really like ranking them. So maybe one day I do just need to sit down and rank how I feel about every single group I buy from. But I just can't do that. So like with Twice and New East, I will still buy all of their releases because I love them so much. It's just that I'm not going to buy every version of all their releases, except for Twice. So here's a hole in my collection that might develop. The Year of Yes. The Year of Yes, I really don't like that album. That's the way it goes. And those photo cards are so expensive and so hard to trade for. So I haven't decided yet. I don't own the Year of Yes. I don't know if I'm going to buy the Year of Yes. It's all up in the air right now. I'm not so sure what I'm going to do there. I might end up just buying the photo cards and collecting Mina's. Or I might buy one version of the album, but like I said, it's not my favorite. It is just a repackage, and of course it has all of the songs off of Yes or Yes that I like. But I don't like the title track, so that's the thing. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the Year of Yes yet. Might buy it, might not. I don't feel the need to have the photo cards from the Year of Yes, but we will see. So yeah, oh wait, that's not the end of this video because I have to move all of these photo cards over. So yeah, that's the biggest change is I've decided to collect an entire group. I decided I love Promise 9 too much to only collect 1 or 2 members. I'm going to collect OT9. Might be a mistake, but we'll see. Might be a mistake considering what OTR did with Iceland's newest album. Hopefully that doesn't happen for Promise, because if that does happen, I'm not going to be able to collect the whole group and I'll have to collect just Serum and maybe, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yes, that's the new change. I've decided to alt Promise officially, which I don't mind because I love them. I think they're hilarious. I just have a thing for chaotic groups, it appears. Because if you look at my alt groups and even like out of my alt groups down to like my top 4 or 5 boy and girl groups, they're all so chaotic. Not one of those groups is like calm and normal and relaxing when you're watching them. They're all chaotic. And you know what? I think that's okay. I just have a thing for chaos, apparently. But yes, that's my newest thing. I've decided to go down from 5 alt groups down to 3/3.5, 4, because I haven't really decided if Red Velvet's an alt group for me or same as Twice, just like my number 1/number 2 girl group. I haven't decided yet. Either way, this is why I don't like to put labels on groups, because the label makes me feel bad, but I still feel the exact same way about the group regardless of what their label is. I still feel the exact same about Twice, regardless of whether or not they have the label of being an alt group. you know? Regardless of whether or not they're an alt group, they're one that I love and appreciate so much, and I want to continue to support. Same with New East. Regardless of whether or not they have that alt label, they're still a top group for me that I love and appreciate, and I love watching and I love listening to, and I will always support. So yeah. And I still, of course, want to collect Aaron so badly, so I'm gonna do that. But yes, that was my video. I was just talking about some fairly significant collection changes and significant collection goals and bias and changes to my bias list, even though I don't really view it as being that much of a change, because me changing my bias list doesn't change the way I support any of these groups, so I don't even really see the point of like making a big deal. I don't know, because I don't see this being a big deal in just changing the way I address certain groups, but I know some people feel very deeply about the labels you give to a group. I don't. Me changing the labels I give to New East and Twice don't change the way I feel about the group and aren't going to change the way I support the group. It's just me changing the official label I use when I talk about them on my YouTube channel, you know? Which I don't even feel the need to even give them a label. I know it's weird. I just don't like labeling things. But yeah, that's it. I thought I should talk to you guys about these changes because they are pretty significant. But yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.